back. I'm Carl, your absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Today, though, I'm not going to be talking about knives. I'm going to be talking about something even sharper in its own way. I'm trying to make this video for about a month now and failing miserably. But today, maybe I can get through it. Early on February 7th, I found out that one of my best friends and former karate instructor, Coach Robert Wallace, was struck by a car and killed while crossing a street down in Malden. Coach was an amazing man. Born Robert Ray, he started studying karate at the age of 15, and at one point had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, karate school in the Atlanta area. Won an amazing number of tournaments. He started in started in Taekwondo, moved on to American sports karate, and then through Ken McGuire, he discovered American Kempo and started traveling down to Florida to study under Lee Wedlake. This takes something for a man who's already a fairly high-ranking black belt to completely throw out everything he's known and start all over as a white belt in a new system. But he did it. He went down probably once a month, maybe even twice a month, and spent hours upon hours with Mr. Wedlake, learning, studying, taped everything that they did together, and the number of notes he wrote. I saw them once. It filled an entire shelf full of binders on the wall of his office. Actually, I think more like 2 shelves, come to think of it. He was that intense and that dedicated to what he was teaching. Big man, about 6'2", 6'3", but lean, whipcord lean, moved like a rattlesnake. But what struck me when I first met him is we've been back in 2008 when I moved up here from Charleston, was the force of his personality and his friendliness. Yes, he was a formidable opponent, and no one would mess with him, but it just, the force of his personality just overcame and overshadowed all of that. Very quickly, we became friends, and he became one of my mentors and meant more to me than I can really say. I kept studying with him right up until I was diagnosed with cancer and had to have surgery. And during that terrible year, he did more to help me get through that than anyone except my wife. He was always calling. I apologized. I told him I couldn't afford lessons anymore, which hurt because he was going through tough times himself, and I knew how much he depended on the money he got from me and his other students to make ends meet. But he didn't care about that. He cared about me. Not long after we lost touch, and during that time, his life turned even harder. He was in a 4-car pileup, not his fault, but he was badly injured in that. Not long after, he was injured again, almost bled out from an abdominal wound. But he never gave up. Not on himself, not on me. Even when I blew out the meniscus in my knee, right now, on good days, I use a knee brace. On bad days, I need a cane. But he kept my spirits up. He kept telling me to just work through it, that I could come back, and he would be proud to be my instructor again once I recovered. And thanks to his encouragement and his faith in me, I am recovering. But he will no longer be there. Not physically. But he had a spiritual strength as well as a physical strength that was equally amazing. He had such faith. To talk to him, most of the time you wouldn't realize how deep his faith was. He didn't have religion in the traditional sense. He believed very strongly in Christ and God. But he talked more in almost a Eastern way of looking at things. He used to talk about the power of prayer, power of loyalty, the power of healing. And just listening to the man, you could feel his sincerity. You could feel the strength of his belief. He believed in spiritual growth through service. And he lived it. He reached the rank of 7th degree black belt in American Kempo before he died. And if he were still alive, I have no doubt that eventually he would reach the highest rank we have of 10th degree. There's no doubt in my mind at all he would have made it. What can you say about a man like this? The words just, they aren't there. You had to have met him to really understand. Coach, I'm going to miss you. Sorry. Coach, I'm never going to be able to tell you how much you meant to me. I would not have made it through cancer without you. My daughter would not be the strong, independent woman she is now without you. Rest in peace, my friend. I know you're up there. I look forward to seeing you again. And I know you'd be telling me not to cry. That everything has a purpose. To keep going. To fake it until I make it. But my friend, I will. I salute you. May God's grace, which passes all understanding, keep you safe, my friend. Till we meet again in God's own dojo, you will be missed.